Well, hello and welcome back once again to the MMmNN News Network, bringing you all the latest news from LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Today we're going to be doing a June 2022 calendar review for LEGO Legacy, going over what events are upcoming in it. And I know this is a little bit of a shift from previous versions of this, but I did want to kind of mix it in with the news. We're going to be doing a little bit of speculation here, since they've started doing some surprise event updates and new figure releases. So I did want to go ahead and move that over onto this kind of umbrella category of news. The June events calendar, we still have the Ghostbusters events on here, the Ghosts and Goblins Part 1 and Part 2. Part 1's already ended at this time. I believe I'm recording this on the 2nd of June. So yeah, I mean, granted, by the time we got this calendar, that event was basically over, so this is kind of worthless being on here. Ghosts and Goblins have a couple more days. You have until June 6th, although we knew that from last month, so that's not really anything new. Also, if you probably haven't done that, I don't feel like you will maybe be able to. I mean, I know those last couple of nodes is apparently very RNG based, so maybe some of y'all are still trying, but honestly, that's kind of like old news, so it's not really that interesting. For new news, though, we do have from June 3rd to June 15th, which is about 12 days, almost 2 weeks, which is a nice amount of time to actually run an event. We have the Mind Games rerun, which last time it was reran, we got it updated with, I believe, City of Sticks is the new set, and then Cole and Masako. Also, they had that node for Gamadon as well, which is actually kind of nice, so you don't have to do all of Expedition just to get them ready. You probably should be farming the more exclusive stuff. But if you don't want to spend any gems on a node refresh, I think that might be kind of good to spend some excess energy on that one, assuming you don't already have him maxed. Then from June 17th to the 29th, so another about 12-ish day event, kind of nice as well. We have the Tyranny of Justice rerun, which has most of the Imperial faction in it. I believe all besides regular LaQuay and Valiant, because then you have Lay, Governor, Rita, Ernest, and Nonsuch all in that event. And I think you can buy them for gems outside of the event, which is actually a decent price there. 150 gems for 3 tiles of Nonsuch isn't bad, but that's your main source of farming most of the Imperial team there. And then we also have from June 24th to July 5th the rerun with Date with Destiny, which is the Woo Master event. Though Maria has said that there's not going to be any new nodes with it, I'm actually hoping she's wrong. I don't know why she would be wrong about that, but I would love for them to actually be a new node there. So we actually maybe get Woo to 7 stars without actually having to buy him, which you could, I think you've been able to do during past events. So some people do actually have a 7-star Woo, but I'd like to be able to actually unlock him naturally. It might be just fun to be able to play another node. But one thing I did want to mention, which is kind of the main reason I'm doing this as a news video, is with the past couple of months, I mean besides the Ghosts and Goblins with last month, so we actually did get that event updated as well, and that wasn't on the thing, though it wasn't really updated in my opinion with any significant way. I mean, I added a couple new farmable nodes, but it's not like it really made the event that much better, my own personal opinion. Though do let me know if you think that actually became better or not. It just kind of felt samey to me. I was hoping they were going to put better node drops or something. The 2 previous months before that, we had the Ninjago Mind Games event update with a new set and 2 new figs. And then we also had the Collectibles Journey event update with a new set and 2 new figs. That was always, if I remember correctly, the 2nd event of that month. So you kind of already got to see what was coming up, and it didn't show us anything like new, so some of us kind of like skipped it for other things that was happening at the time. So I just want to mention that again. Tyranny of Justice could possibly get an update. I mean, I guess Mind Games could also get an update, but I feel like it's really too soon since it just got updated last time it reran. Tyranny of Justice, though, I believe in this format is over a year old. I believe we've had a couple runs since it's added Rita and Ernest into it, and I guess technically added Nonsuch, so that he was kind of there. I don't know. This event has lots of different forms, so it's kind of hard to keep track of who all was available with. But I believe it's been available like this for about a year, so I could almost see it being updated. I don't think they exactly need the most update. I feel like the pirate faction is kind of fleshed out very decently, though they are very outclassed by newer stuff, so maybe they could update it for some other things. I also want to mention, for a long time, I believe even since the first dev team, King Kahuna has been in the files, which is the leader of the Islanders, which is a sub-theme, sub-faction, or whatever you want to call it, of pirates. And really, it's like the only other thing, besides maybe some more like Spanish Imperials, just because they look different, but we kind of think have enough Imperials. We have more Imperials than Bucks, if I remember correctly, I think by one. That's the only other thing I think you could really add into the Pirates theme without going like collectibles or Sky Pirates and Ninjago. That would really stand out and be something different. So I could almost see them adding that in. It's been existing in the files for a while, and they seem to have a habit right now of finishing off old stuff from the files. Granted, I believe some of that is cause we're now kind of on a different dev team because of what's happening with Ukraine, that Ukraine dev team isn't able to do too much right now, so they're kind of outsourcing it to some other game loft teams to like keep the game running in the meantime, which I think is why we haven't really had them like really fixing the game too much, just kind of release some new stuff. They're just kind of maintaining the games, kind of. I could see them updating that fig, adding in like a decent kit to it, and just dropping him into this event. Lots of people have already fully completed this event and gotten lots of stuff from it, or completed it enough that like, it's not that big a deal, maybe an extra star or two on some of these figs. I could see them adding in another fig into it. We also have the, I think it's Redbeard's pirate ship, or whatever the actual set name is. It's just sitting disassembled in the pirate set area. They could also build that, add that into here, and maybe somebody else might just add like another Islander, so you have King Kahuna maybe be the last fig or something. But I could see them updating pirates. I mean, granted, this is kind of an Imperial event, but Imperials are part of the Pirates theme, so they might just shove other pirate-related stuff in here. Kind of like how Mind Games was originally a little bit more techie focused, now it's became more Ninjago, and how you had the Early Adopters was originally more of a Blacktron event, then they added in Classic Space into it. Now it's a little bit more of a Classic Space event because it has two really good Classic Space figs into it. I could see them doing that. I don't think it's the theme that needed the most update. I think it's in like a decent place, though it is very outclassed, so maybe they might be trying to update that to bring it a little bit more up to higher tiers. Even if it doesn't have that, you still have some really good fakes in there with Earnest and Non-Such, with their potential for a good anti-classic space team. I'm running them right now, I think at 4 stars each, and I'm in top 20s of the beta shop, which I mean isn't the most active. I mean, we don't have any like collectibles really in there. It's just still classic space everywhere. But I'm getting pretty decently high up with a 4-star team, with a 4-star Santa, Malak, and I believe a 4-star or 3-star Andreas. Well, I guess it'd be 4-star. I think you have to get them 4-star to unlock them. But I basically just have them there. And it's doing really good work. So I'm very happy with it. So it might be worth just saving up for that event that way. Mind Games, I think, has lots of neat stuff going on there that they're not like as powerful, so it's just kind of there if you want to kind of collect it. Though I really say make your own decision here. That's just some speculation that they want to update Tyranny of Justice. I think if they don't update it, it's still probably the better of these two events to like spend stuff on. I'm personally going to be spending a decent bit in Mind Games, probably just like 2 NG refreshment, and it's not too much. Maybe a node refresh. I would like to actually get Cole this rerun, just so I can go ahead and get him. He has a low unlock cost, but I will also try to save up some gems for the Tyranny of Justice so I can go hard in on some of those Imperials into higher star levels, and maybe try to go for new stuff added there. Just wanted to go ahead and mention that though, for anybody who was thinking about what to go for here, that we do have King Kahuna in the files for a while. So if they would just do a surprise update, that's one they could maybe do an easier update, since he's already been sort of half made for a while now. They're not having to do something fully from scratch. And then also a final mention for any kind of newer players. The Date with Destiny, a master event where you get Wu from, actually be able to unlock him, though they have given out lots of other tiles for him with like random Ninjago anniversary stuff. So maybe you get him from node 4, but you'll have to do the 5th node, which needs a 4-5 figs for pirates that are 5 stars and a 5-star set to be able to attempt it. Back in the day, you still kind of needed them at 7 stars, fully maxed out to be able to do that. It's probably a little bit easier nowadays. But if you are a new player wanting to get Woo, hopefully you've worked on your pirates, because you're going to need them. That is one of the 2 reasons to work on your pirates early on. Main reason though is the gold event, so you actually get a good amount of weekly gold income. But you also need them to actually be able to get Woo. So if you're a big Ninjago fan and want to get Woo, hopefully you've been working on your pirates, but you're going to need them. Also still hoping that Maria is wrong. I don't know, that's such a weird thing to say. You want the community manager to be wrong. But I'd love for this actually get updated. But if it's not, that's kind of another dead event for me. So it's just really those 2 brick paces. But I think these are 2 decent brick paces. A holiday break rerun would have been nice, because it's going to have been about a... Well, with these 2 events done, if it gets reran afterwards, it's going to have been over 6 months since the last time it was ran. So, yeah. Tempted to almost just save up for that, because I would really like to get Santa and Ernest higher. Not Ernest, Andreas, although Ernest is also want to get higher too. So this is a nice selection of stuff to make me kind of want to spend on. But yeah, let me just know what you are planning to spend on in the comments below. Are you going to spend on either of these 2 events, or are you going to wait for next month to see if there's like a different event? Are you waiting for holiday break or something else? While you basically waiting to get Rerun? And also, what's the possibility do you think of King Kahuna being added into the Tyranny of Justice brick pace? And if he does, will you go for him? Or what else do you think they might add in? They're going to keep on the formula of 1 new set and 2 new figs? Because I mean, Ghosts and Gambadons really wasn't updated that much, so I'd give them more dev time to work on adding in 2 new figs in a new set. So I can see it being possible. Would love it to have been something else like City. But yeah, I could see them possibly doing that. So just let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope you have found this little news video here helpful. So until next time, this is Paul Griffey signing off. Goodbye and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.